On tonight's CTV News, the Earthquake Recovery Minister gives Labour a scathing review on its new insurance policy. This is CTV News. I'm Grant Mangan. Lawyers will be the only winners. That's a warning from the Insurance Council of New Zealand after the Labour Party announced a policy to set up an earthquake court in Christchurch.
Labour leader David Cunliffe is promising to shake up the insurance sector in Christchurch if a Labour government is elected to power. The party's already proposed Kiwi Assure, a state-owned insurance company. Now Labour's proposing to set up an earthquake court to speed up the claims process for Cantabrians still waiting for a resolution.
We're ramping up capacity so people who've got outstanding claims can get them heard pronto.
The earthquake court would deal with claims of up to $1 million, promising to cut through a backlog of cases clogging up the system.
This is a huge step forward. This has been a real blockage for people, and because there hasn't been an adequate court process, people haven't been able to enforce their rights on the insurance industry. This changes the game.
However, the Insurance Council of New Zealand doesn't think this announcement was the game changer that it was hyped up to be.
Well, we think it's misguided. We don't think it's necessary. And we think the only people that will really benefit from this will be the legal fraternity.
That's not what David Cunliffe told me this morning.
David Parker has been working closely with the industry. I think they get the message that this is the easy way. Please make this work.
Essentially, this is creating a situation where effectively insurers will be forced by the state to pay people to sue, which is just a notion that we totally reject.
Canterbury Earthquake Recovery Minister Jerry Brownlee has also chimed in. The minister doesn't support Labour's plan to drive insurance claims into court, as he says it will cost the taxpayer tens of millions of dollars. He says both the High and District Courts in Christchurch have set up special procedures to fast-track earthquake-related court cases. There are 270 cases currently seeking court action, most settle before going to trial, but in the High Court a case can take 12 months or more. The Insurance Council is disputing the number of insurance claims that haven't been settled. Labour says there are 10,000, but according to Tim Grafton, this isn't the case.
Well, this is where the Labour's figures are completely wrong. As our statement shows, that we have 22,500 major repairs and rebuilds. That's over that $100,000 cap. And of those, 87% are now either settled or resolved.
All costs of the court would be covered by the Crown. The fees would then be recouped from the insurance companies and EQC.
It won't cost the public a cent. It will cost the insurance company in proportion to the number of claims that have been too slow to resolve. So the message to the insurance companies are, the quicker you move this stuff, the less often you have to go to court, the less this will cost you.
Court action can be very expensive, and both the Labour Party and the Insurance Council aren't prepared to estimate how much it could cost. The Insurance Council says there are already free services available to people to help resolve matters, including the residential advisory and advocacy services. Labour also announced their Christchurch flooding policy today. If elected to government, Labour would start urgent work on quake-affected, flood-vulnerable homes. Army engineers would be utilised to help with the protection work, and EQC would pay for earthquake damage to the land. The party's planning to launch a new Christchurch policy each week during the next month. Marcus Gibbs, CTV News.
The Christchurch City Council has only repaired a few hundred of its several thousand damaged social housing units. However, a new EQC payment means the City Council can continue moving forward.
After more than 3 years, EQC has finally paid a second interim payment to the Christchurch City Council's social housing claim. The payment of $15 million follows another of $21.4 million, received directly after the earthquake in April 2011. The City Council's Housing Committee Chairman, Councillor Glenn Livingston, says the payment is $5 million more than the Council had asked for. So far, just 311 of the 2,649 social housing units damaged in the earthquakes have been repaired. Those remaining repairs won't be completed overnight, but the EQC payment should help speed up the progress. 12 new units have also been built, and another 280 are due to be repaired or replaced before the end of the year. The council has yet to reach a global settlement with EQC. Councillor Livingston says this would avoid the costs involved in claiming for repairs on a unit-by-unit basis.
The ribbon has been cut on a new bridge over the Waitaki River. More than 400 people were on site for the opening of the bridge, including Waitaki District Council Mayor Gary Kirscher. The New Zealand Transport Agency says the 206-metre-long bridge heralds a new era in road transport for the Waitaki Valley. The new bridge provides the Kurau and Hakataramia communities with a secure link across the Waitaki River. The bridges replace the 133-year-old single-lane timber bridges at a cost of $20.1 million. The Christchurch rebuild is picking up pace in the tourism industry. Over 400 new hotel rooms are expected to be back up and running in the next 18 months.
Boosting the city's visitor accommodation with over 400 new hotel rooms being built in the next 18 months. The Sedema Hotel in Christchurch is undergoing a $25 million revamp, including demolishing and rebuilding its visible wing. It'll add almost 40 rooms to the hotel, which already has 50 rooms out of action. Finalising consents delayed the Sedema's rebuild from starting last September. The Sedema Hotel owner says he's keen to contribute to the growth and rebuild of Christchurch. The $25 million upgrade will provide quality accommodation and conference facilities for all segments of the domestic and international market. The previously named Hotel So is undergoing strengthening and repairing of its existing building. That will add another 280 hotel rooms to Christchurch.
Christchurch high school students are ditching the city life for a taste of a rural community. Canterbury farmers are struggling to find staff, with 40% of workers coming from overseas. To meet the demand, high school students are being encouraged to take up training funded by the Ministry of Education. The National Trades Academy is training 70 high school students. The students are learning horticulture, equine animal care and agriculture. Most of the students have no or very little experience working on a farm. They now spend 3 days a week at school, and the other 2 are spent working on the farm. The nation is facing an obesity crisis. The New Zealand Medical Association is calling for more to be done to get rid of New Zealand's growing bulge.
The nation's obesity is getting out of hand. According to the New Zealand Medical Association, the country's obesity crisis is now a public health crisis. A report published is calling for drastic cures, including taxing or minimum prices for sugary drinks, restricting food advertising to children, and shifting fast food outlets, such as McDonald's and Burger King, away from schools. The report found Kiwis are living in a fat-focused environment, from the daily bombarding of food markets to being desk-bound at work. Association Professor Mark Peterson believes more needs to be done to make healthier choices easier. New Zealand is ranked the 4th fattest nation in the OECD, behind the United States, Mexico and Hungary, with more than 1 in 3 adults and 1 in 10 children obese. Health Minister Tony Ryle says the government wouldn't be introducing restrictive measures to fight obesity, such as sugary tax and enforced advertising limits. Minister Ryle says the government's role is providing information and support for individuals and families regarding healthy eating. Around $60 million was spent a year on obesity programs, and clearer food labelling was being investigated.
Coming up, University of Canterbury students battled it out at the annual Wacky Races.
Watch Let's Go Shopping and see some gorgeous clothes from Maxwell Fashion.
Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to Carpet Kingdom. At Carpet Kingdom we stock a massive range of carpets, and we're also the largest vinyl stockist in the South Island. And not only do we have an excellent range in store, but you can purchase our stock online. We offer free measure and quotes, we have our own installation team, we ship nationwide, so come on down and see us at Carpet Kingdom. 312 Wilsons Road in Waltham, just off Brougham Street, or visit us online at carpetkingdom.co.nz.
My son's helped me greatly with my independence now that I've got more mobility.
Mum, I've been looking into stand assist chairs from More Mobility. They recline back with a footrest, then when you want to get out of them, they stand you up. You can even sleep on them. More Mobility can bring one out for a free trial. There's even electric beds too. What do you think? For more range and more expert advice, see More Mobility, corner Clarence and Princess Streets off Blenheim Road.
What a difference more mobility makes.
Welcome to Caltex Redwood. We're a family-owned business proudly supporting our local community. We're open 24/7 for fuel and shop goods, and we have an amazing team of people ready to help you. Save at least 6 cents per litre using AA Smart Fuel cards. We also offer great value on our LPG bottle fills. We have a full workshop and Bridgestone Tyre Centre. Our mechanics and tyre technicians will get your car sorted. Caltex Redwood. We're just down from St Bede's on Main North Road. Caltex Redwood. What drives you?
Come in and meet the locals at the Bush Inn Centre. Whether it's to grab a coffee on the go or to catch up with a friend over lunch or dinner, the Bush Inn Centre is the perfect place. With our unique range of shops, you'll find everything you're looking for and more. Our friendly locals are always happy to help. We have plenty of parking at the Bush Inn Centre, making your shopping experience just a little bit easier. So come in, meet the locals and shop Bush Inn. You'll find us on the corner of Riccarton and Waimari Roads.
Red and Black Sports match of the day in the Press Cup this week. It's on our screen, Sunday 12:30, 5:30 replay on the day, and 7 o'clock next Thursday night. Catch the match.
Christchurch Central Police Station is opening its doors to give people a behind-the-scenes look this Saturday. District Commander Superintendent Gary Knowles says the open day is about giving people a better understanding of what a modern police service looks like. The Central Station complex in St Asaph Street will be transformed for the open day, with a large marquee set up in the car park to house displays. The main station will also be open, with visitors able to take a close-up look at the cell block, a firearms simulator and other facilities. People can also try the physical competency test, as well as testing their speed against a police radar. How do you view someone who has modified their body? This week on Street Stories, Marcus Gibbs meets a group of men and women who've completely changed their bodies. But why have they done so? Here's a sneak peek at tomorrow night's show.
30-year-old Eden has completely transformed his body. He's covered in tattoos, piercings and other modifications. As he walks around Restart Mall, passers-by can't help but stare.
I got 6 implants on my head, 3 on each side. I got a transdermal implant here, which is similar to this, only it protrudes through the skin and you can thread things into it. I've got bridge piercings, a high nostril piercing. I've got my lips scalpelled. My tongue split, and I've got nipple piercings, I've got subdermal implants on my arm.
Modifications in Canterbury are growing in popularity. An influx of tradesmen to help with the rebuild means businesses taking off with the city's tattoo parlours. There's money to be made.
Tattoos in general can start from anywhere from $50 to 20, 30,000, you know. It's like asking how much is a black car.
28-year-old Jamie Watt only started getting tattoos 2 years ago, but already he's addicted. Jamie spent thousands of dollars on his hobby and wants to cover most of his body.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it because you've got it for the rest of your life. It's not like a car that you might only have for a year and then you don't have it, so you're always going to have it with you.
Society in general seems to frown upon people who look different. Eden and his friend Daniel have met people who aren't fans of their look.
I describe it as amazing and beautiful, and the public probably are disgusted. No, that's not true. I don't know. Most people are curious and interested about it. Right?
Both men are so heavily tattooed, they're almost like a walking patchwork quilt. Daniel's body is covered in artwork from different countries.
Just wherever I go, I like to grab a few tattoos, and it's just a bit of a picture book. Artists that I've been looking up to for a long time. Some people like to buy art for their walls, I like to buy it for my arms.
Daniel has spent thousands of dollars to achieve his look of tattoos, piercings and modifications. He arrived in New Zealand just before Christmas, but Eden is a Christchurch local and his appearance has made him well known to many people.
You're going to get asked questions looking like this, so it would be kind of silly of me to be upset and offended. But there are, of course, ways and means to go about asking someone something about the way you look. Just coming up and touching me is about as polite as me coming up and touching you. So,
do you get that?
Yeah, all the time. People are like, oh, they're already doing it, and they're like, do you mind? I'm like, you're already doing it.
Visually, the tongue split is the most interesting. The Bible refers to the devil having a forked tongue, but these two just think it looks and feels cool.
it feels comfortable. It's the way that I feel like it should be. It's fun to play with. It gives a little bit of a laugh. When people see it, they're like, whoa, I've never seen that before.
Of course, with these or any modifications, there will be health risks. One of Canterbury's top doctors, Alistair Humphrey, says as long as people make sure anything they're putting into their body is sterile, he has no problem with any modification.
I have seen many examples of even small implants, things like a nose stud, a belly button ring. They can get infected. Of course they can if they're not put in properly.
For more on this issue, tune into Street Stories 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night when I explore the body modification community in Christchurch. Marcus Gibbs, CTV News.
And we do have to warn you that there are images in that program that some people may find disturbing. In fact, you may have found some of the images you've already seen disturbing, and for that we do apologise. The verdict is in on the Ellerslie International Flower Show, and it's now a dried floral arrangement. Emma Cropper has the story.
The show has been the cause of debate over the past few months, after running at a loss for 3 out of its 4 years. The Christchurch City Council has decided the event will not be held in 2015, while they look at options to make it viable in 2016. The council will pay management fees until the end of the month, but no other compensation or early termination fees are payable. This year, the show worked on making it more attractive to the public, but didn't generate enough ticket sales. Just over 40,000 people walked through the gates to the show. Councillor Tim Scandrett says Ellerslie brings many benefits to Christchurch, but the council was not in a financial position to sustain the show. The show was purchased in 2010 by the Christchurch City Council and has cost ratepayers $900,000. The council are working with the gardening and event communities to work out what form the show could take in 2016.
Still to come, our sport, traffic and weather updates.
I'm Chris Lynch. Join me for CTV's new current affairs show Lynched every Monday at 8:30 right here on CTV, where I talk to the decision makers and those responsible for running our city.
Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Stay Well Pharmacy. Whatever the season, Stay Well Pharmacy has you covered. As an integrated pharmacy, we stock all the well-known pharmacy medicines, as well as quality nutritional and herbal treatments. Our team of pharmacists and full-time naturopath are here to help you find the products and advice to suit the needs of you and your family. So come in and see us at Stay Well Pharmacy, 27 Shands Road in Hornby. Stay Well Pharmacy, live well, stay well.
Blackwells has a proud history presenting leading vehicle brands, extensive backup and service for a total one-stop driving experience. Holden, Mazda and HSV new and used vehicle sales, servicing, parts, paint and panel, Isuzu truck sales and service, all together in one convenient location. More selection, more value, more quality and more reasons to make Blackwells your number one choice. Visit Blackwells today, corner Waterloo Racecourse Road, Sockburn, or online at blackwells.co.nz.
Action Removals, offering short or long-term storage facilities, full packing services, comprehensive rates, all fully insured and with 6 vehicle sizes to choose from. Earthquake repairs? Action Removals pack, move, store and return your valuable possessions stress-free. Action Removals, a family business that has been operating in Christchurch for over 10 years. Action Removals, your one-stop removal service on time, every time. 0800 222 526.
Yuck, look at all this moss and lichen. I'm not getting up there, not in these heels. Time to call Mossbuster.
Mossbuster is a no-bleach, non-abrasive, biodegradable solution that has over 35 years of proven results. You can buy Mossbuster online for less than half the cost of other well-known products and can be yours for less than $1 a litre. You just spray it on and let Mother Nature do the rest, or Mossbuster can do it for you. Check out our website or call the Mossbuster crew for a free quote. Mossbuster, 0800 88 1000.
Join us tonight at 6 for DW World News. Informative, lively, international news, breaking stories and global developments. DW News, weekdays at 6 p.m, right here on CTV.
Well, it's the start of a new week and it means it's time for Gordon to come along with a summary from the weekend's sporting action.
Lincoln University are just one win away from defending the Hawkins Cup after defeating Christchurch 26-13 in the penultimate round of matches. The win puts them 4 points ahead of second-placed Marist Albion, who had a bonus point 71-12 win over Shirley, while 1 point behind them are New Brighton, who won 55-3 against Belfast. High school Old Boys and Sydenham in 4th and 5th are assured of a top 6 finish for the Hawkins Trophy after they had wins over Linwood and Sumner. The other match of the round saw Burnside get the win over University 34-18, which sets up the final round to decide whether Burnside or Christchurch will grab the final top 6 position. The Canterbury Rams made it 2 wins in a row yesterday when they recorded just their 3rd win of the season against the much-fancied Waikato Pistons at Cal Stadium. It was a strong defensive effort early in the game, which set the Rams springboard for their 99-84 win with a 19-0 run at the start of the second quarter, the key moment for the Rams. Richie Edwards was top scorer for the Rams with 17 of his 31 points coming in the second quarter, while Marcel Jones chipped in with 17 points of his own to end with an impressive 29 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists and 4 steals. The Rams now head on the road with 4 straight away games before returning home to face the Southland Sharks in their final game of the season. Coastal Spirit are just 2 wins away from defending their National Women's Football Knockout Cup after they defeated Dunedin Technical in their quarter-final. After taking a 1-0 advantage in the first half, the match was tied up by Dunedin Tech, who equalised in the 75th minute. However, Coastal Spirit showed their class to quickly respond with a goal of their own to finish the game with a 2-1 win and advance to the competition's semi-final. Meanwhile, in the weekend's men's mainland football competition, it was business as usual for Cashmere Tech, who got a 4-1 win over Ferrymead Bays to give themselves an 8-point advantage over second-place Western, who went down 2-1 to third-place Nelson Suburbs. Other matchday 12 results saw Coastal Spirit defeat Nomads 1-0, while Hallswell and Universities played out a 1-1 draw. To ice hockey now, where the Canterbury Red Devils got off to a great start in pursuit of a three-peat in the National Ice Hockey League with 2 wins in their weekend's double-header against the Southern Stampede. The Red Devils started the weekend as planned with a 4-2 win, while in Sunday's match, Canterbury came from behind twice to win the game by the same scoreline. And finally tonight, Rangiora's Matt Summerfield made up for disappointment in the recent Canterbury Rally by winning the weekend's Ashley Forest Rally Sprint. Summerfield competed in 2 cars over the weekend, advancing to the top 8 in his National Championship Subaru, while it was his rent-a-drive vehicle that gave him the successful formula. Sharing driving duties in Steve Murphy's crowd favourite V8 Mitsubishi Cordia, Summerfield advanced to the final top 2 shootout against Murphy himself. The title was decided by 1.5 seconds after Summerfield set the quickest time of the weekend with a run of just over 1 minute, 0.1 seconds. You're up to date with the latest in local sport. I'm Gordon Finlater for CTV Sport.
If you're driving around the central city, CTV's traffic update will assist you navigating the repairs taking place.
Hello travellers, to help you plan your journey around the central city, here's a few tips for this week. Durham Street and Barbados Street both remain busy during peak hours. We recommend, if you're travelling south, to use Fitzgerald Ave. Good access routes into the central city from the north are Manchester Street and Colombo Street. If you want to get into the middle of the central city, try coming from Fitzgerald Avenue, Kilmore Street or Hereford Street. To keep up to date on what's happening with the central city roads, stay tuned, keep watching CTV News first at 5, and in the meantime visit the Transport for Christchurch website.
Well, it's a new week, and that means new weather music. Now, you may recall that every week we invite viewers to send in their suggestions of the music that they'd like to hear under the weather. Well, tonight's music is from Cascade's album Atmosphere and is entitled, well, Mir to Las or MIR to LAS, you take your pick. Here is your regional weather.
Kia ora everybody. A cloudy, dull, damp day around Canterbury today. Let's take a look at the temperatures. Timaru had 10 degrees today, Temuka and Geraldine on 10 degrees. Ashburton 10 degrees for your Monday, Methven had 10 degrees, Rakaia 10 degrees, Darfield had 10 degrees today, Leeston and Rolleston had 10 degrees, Lincoln also had 10 degrees today, and Christchurch a cool, miserable day for you with 10 degrees. The same over in Akaroa with 10 degrees today, and out in North Canterbury, Kaipoi, Rangiora and Amberley also on 10 degrees for Monday. Taking a look inland, Culverden and Hamness Springs, you were both on 10 degrees today, and 10 degrees also for Cheviot. And travelling further up along the east coast, Kaikoura taking out today's high on 11 degrees. Let's take a look at the weather for Tuesday. Timaru, an overcast day with light rain all day. Moderate cool easterly winds will be about. Tonight's low 7 degrees and tomorrow's high 10 degrees. Ashburton, well, another damp and dismal day is in store with heavy cloud and light rain all day. Tonight's low 7 degrees, tomorrow's high 10 degrees. In the Garden City, it will be overcast with periods of rain all day with moderate cool easterly winds. Tonight's low 7 degrees and tomorrow's high 10 degrees. And up in Kaikoura, cloudy and dull with periods of rain, heavier in the afternoon with those easterly winds. Tonight's low 7 degrees and tomorrow's high 10 degrees. A bleak day is in store for the rest of Canterbury tomorrow with plenty of rain about. Let's take a look at the temperatures. Temuka and Geraldine can expect a high of 10 degrees. Methven, you'll have 10 degrees tomorrow and 10 expected in Rakaia. Darfield, you can expect 10 degrees tomorrow, and Leeston 10 degrees for you. Rolleston and Lincoln 10 degrees for you as well, and Akaroa 10 degrees is expected for you. And out in North Canterbury, Kaipoi and Rangiora 10 degrees is set for your Tuesday. Amberley also have 10 degrees expected there. Culverden, Hamness Springs and Cheviot, a rainy day ahead with 10 degrees. Looking ahead for Canterbury, similar weather on Wednesday, but rain easing to become light and patchy during the day. Cloudy on Thursday too, with drizzle patches or light showers clearing slowly during the day, with light to moderate northeasterly winds. Cloud finally breaking and sunny periods developing on Friday with moderate northeasterlies. It's looking fine at the weekend with sunny periods and high cloud and light northerly winds. And that's your weather update for Monday. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Well, clearly the temperature gauges around the region are broken since it's 7 lows and 10 highs. Let's hope the weather improves as the week goes on. That's CTV News. I'm Grant Mangan. Good night.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.